Money is funny. You do all kinds of things for it, and many of those things probably fall into the category of things you wouldn't do if you weren't being paid to do it. And yet, money is the thing that one needs to live. Bitcoin is money just like any other. People believe it to be valuable because they believe it to be limited in quantity, with growing numbers of people wishing to have some. If you're holding Bitcoin, that's the lowercase b version of Bitcoins, the ones that are tracked in your wallet rather than the infrastructure level pipes through which those tokens flow. If you're speculating on the price of Bitcoin going up, really what you believe is that the network will grow and that more people will therefore find the network's tokens more valuable, which will be reflected by a higher price new users are willing to pay for it. If you're an LTB listener, no doubt you've heard of both altcoins and metacoins, but today we're going to talk about a new kind of coin, a network coin. Today I want to tell you about LTBCoin. Let's Talk Bitcoin, the show that I've been producing since April 2013, has taken a huge amount of my time and advanced enormously in the amount of time that we've been around. It's been a very rewarding experience, and while I practice what I preach, tip content, and share funds wherever possible, the reality is that none of the people who have helped me build LTB to the point we're at now are owners of the parent company or partners in the underlying anything. Creating something from nothing is difficult under any circumstances. And lacking any real financial resources, our strategy had been to do good work, put it out for free to anyone who wants it, and ask for help in the form of volunteers or discounted services from listeners who like what we do and want to help. I believe that using a network coin, we can from minute one reward those who add value to the network by paying them with a coin that is given value by the network. I'm going to say that again. If I had started Let's Talk Bitcoin and on day one I had access to an alternative cryptocurrency called LTBCoin, even though LTBCoin would have been worthless, I could have paid people with it at no cost to the project. If Let's Talk Bitcoin had failed, the currency I'd been compensating people in would have been worthless, but that's no different than any other speculative or volunteer project. If, on the other hand, the network succeeds, while the coins could be sold as soon as they're traded on the market, they can also be held until the network is more valuable. Because LTBCoin is tradable for Bitcoin, it functions as a stake in the LTB network effect and a currency for those who want it. So, I've said that I could pay volunteers with LTBCoin. I can explain this, but first we have to talk about mining. Most coins are valuable because of the network that uses them. First creating a coin and then attempting to bring in service providers who will accept it, thus giving utility to the coin and therefore value. Bitcoin had a bit of a chicken-egg problem. It was the first cryptocurrency, so only a handful of people understood what it could be, and yet to achieve redundant decentralization, it needed to be distributed to many and not just a few. Computational mining was the solution they arrived on. It limited the people who would get access to the early Bitcoins to those who were biased towards early adopters and tech-savvy people, rather than those who generally received new money. In much the same way, LTBCoin will not use a computational mining, rather requiring a more nuanced proof of work. Those who create the value of the network are the content creators and the audiences they cater to. LTBCoin will be distributed both as pay to content creators and service providers who populate the Let's Talk Bitcoin network, and as valuable prizes given to many lucky members of the LTB audience. LTBCoin will be valuable because it will be the exclusive token used to sponsor the LTB network. LTBCoin will also be the token that lets you become a contestant on our game show, buy gear for the best prices in our store, and over time this list will grow. Basically, with a network coin, anything new we roll out through the network has something awesome that you can do on it that's cheaper, better, that you simply can't do with anything else. Network coins are made valuable by the network accepting them. If the service or good they offer in exchange is not valuable or appeals to few people, then the token won't be valuable. But in networks that truly do create value, what I think we've got here is a virtuous cycle that can empower people to start small with LTB, and as the network continues to find growth and success, these humble beginnings can give early contributors and listeners the financial freedom to help out more if they desire, or to do something else entirely. So, to recap, LTBCoin is good for everyone working on the project because their efforts make them the miners of our system, where their productive effort and the inclusion of their content on our network is their proof of work. Someone who creates a show for the network adds more value than someone who does announcements for a single episode, and they add more value than someone just listening. All of these actions do have value, and all of them are mining in their own way. LTBCoin is good for the audience. There will be raffles, surveys, on-air giveaways, and at least one game show giving it away en masse. It doesn't matter how you acquired LTBCoin, you stand to gain from more people discovering the LTB network and becoming a member of our growing community. Imagine if you could hold some coins of your favorite unsigned artist. They get some funds up front, and if they make it big, you'll be the guy who bought their equivalent of Bitcoin in 2010. Aside from the direct benefits, the audience will also see much more and much higher quality new content as that element of financial interest turns up the competitive heat. LTBCoin is good for sponsors. If you believe the network will grow in the future, you can buy LTBCoin up front. Since it's a deflationary, fixed supply cryptocurrency and sponsor slots are auctioned to the highest bidder, if you hold on to your supply, you should be able to get more value for your LTBCoin as time goes on. On the other hand, a sponsor just discovering the network can buy LTBCoin at the current market rate and not pay a penalty. They just can't capture the discount of having bought early. Another thing to note is that with this change, we'll be creating a new program for individual patrons. To this point, we've accepted sponsors who are generally forward-looking individuals who run companies that have products to sell. Moving forward, sponsor slots will be available to individuals as well to make personal announcements, collaboration requests, idea pitches. The field is pretty wide open. Our restrictions remain the same as they've always been, which is nothing illegal, nothing dishonest, no gambling, sex, or weapons. And at their core, network coins are good for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is to a certain extent one of a kind. It's a coin that's the most popular coin because it's the most popular coin. There can kind of only be one of those, and so the argument goes that any coin that copies Bitcoin but has its own money supply is effectively diluting the value of Bitcoin. With a network coin, that's just not the case. Bitcoin's network, its value, is enhanced by things like LTBCoin and all network coins, because Bitcoin is the crypto reserve currency. Think of Bitcoin like the dollar and LTBCoin like a first-year stock. Is the value of the dollar diminished by a stock like Google? I don't think so. So, to summarize, I think LTBCoin is a real win-win situation and will be a very popular model for bootstrapping everything from independent record labels to hacker spaces, and I wouldn't be surprised if you saw startup communities and incubators emerge with this model before too long. Eventually, I see network coins replacing stock, as it literally improves on the concept of equity in basically every way. We're not issuing stock, and I want to be clear that LTB coins are simply a fixed supply proprietary token that the LTB network voluntarily, non-contractually, and publicly will commit to honor for a growing list of goods and services. While the goal and vision are clear, the best technology to build this all on isn't necessarily clear. And so we have not yet decided between building a user currency on top of a metacoin like Mastercoin, or if it's simply better to just take the most advanced forms of proof-of-stake systems like that being created by BitShares and essentially just fork that code for our own use. The human team will be doing the implementation of this for us, whatever technology we decide on. So really, it's just a matter of seeing kind of what happens over the next couple of months. There's a lot of specifics I'm not going into here, and much is still undecided. Stay tuned for future updates on the topic, and if you've got a comment about it so far, email adam@letstalkbitcoin.com with the subject LTBCoin. Thanks for listening.
CryptoKit is the world's first Chrome browser Bitcoin wallet. It's the easiest, fastest Bitcoin wallet payment system. With a simple one-click install, it takes just seconds to get your wallet set up. And because CryptoKit finds the address and payment for you, there's no more fussing around or tab switching. CryptoKit is more than just a wallet. It comes with a preloaded PGP encrypted social network, news feeds from Reddit and Google, and up-to-date charts from exchanges. Finally, CryptoKit Directory allows you to make two-click payments with any of the BitPay merchants. Once you install CryptoKit, you won't need anything else. For more information or to download CryptoKit, visit CryptoKit.com.